This is Mesheranthus, and I'm going to be bringing you 19 spells seen in the official Hogwarts Legacy gameplay reveal. This is the updated version. I want to give a thanks to the folks who commented on my original video and on the Harry Potter game Reddit that were able to give me some corrections. In our first scene, we're going to see Wingardium Leviosa being used on our classmate, followed by Flipendo, which spins him around after he's already airborne. Accio is used to bring this bridge towards us, as well as this book and this ball. Here we see that our character is using Lumos to pass this devil's snare, and Expelliarmus is being used by Professor Fig against Ranrock, the enemy of this series. Flipendo is being used to knock back opponents who are not airborne. And here we're going to break down this longer scene in slow motion. Confringo is used first to send a blast of fire. Impedimenta is slowing these three enemies to the right ever so slightly. And then Flipendo is detonating some type of ancient magic. We are going to see that happen again after a few more Flipendo spells on this enemy. This Wingardium Leviosa that sends him into the air also triggers some type of ancient magic. We see Petrificus Totalis being used on this final foe, and lastly, Confringo being used to send one final blast of fire. Here we see Professor Fig using Reparo to repair this bridge that leads to some type of structure on the other side. We're not going to know what that is, but we're going to assume it's related to their travels and the exploration of this ancient magic. Avada Kedavra is being used by this foe, and Impedimenta and Flipendo do not slow this troll at all. Here we can see the effects of enemy spells on us. We see a knockback, and then Wingardium Leviosa lifting us, Petrificus Totalis paralyzing us, and finally, we can see our character using Protego to knock these two enemy jinxes away. He then strikes back with Flipendo, which knocks back this enemy with a shield. After a roll, Defendo is used to slice that shield down. Accio will bring him back close, and Depulso sends him really far away, colliding with the enemy behind him. Apugno is used to lift this explosive barrel and throw it at this airborne foe, and Defendo is used to slice at this guy who sends a blast of fire which we deflect back at him. Accio is used to pull him in. We can see that we can deflect Confringo and Flipendo spells and Incendio spells. Here we see Incendio using a blast of fire. And we can see here that there's really just so many different spells, dozens of spells. You can really characterize and customize how you want to fight and what your style is. And now we can see that how you weave the ancient magic into that is also going to play a crucial role in defining your style. But it seems like Wingardium Leviosa is going to be critical, as well as Flipendo to knock back enemies and flip them when they are already airborne. We can see Descendo being used to slam enemies into the ground, as well as Flipendo to knock enemies back. You can bring them in close to hit them with an area spell like Incendio. The 17th spell we see here is some type of blocking spell that really just knocks this bloody ancient magic goblin away. At this point, we see the 18th spell, the Disillusionment Charm, being used so that we can stealthily take down these foes with a couple of Petrificus Totalis spells and Accio to take down this last enemy. And here we see really how you can use dozens of spells interwoven to really customize your own style of fighting. We can see that you can not only weave ancient magic, but also these magical plants in with your spells to make a really unique fighting style. These next two scenes really highlight how Flipendo is cast rapidly and knocks back enemies slightly, while Depulso is a long knockback that causes enemies to become airborne and collide with other foes, and objects behind them. We can see that even our character will be able to use Avada Kedavra, and then we see some type of chain spell that is throwing a sword back at this enemy statue. And the final thing we see here is Lumos to illuminate our character. I really hope you've enjoyed this. If you have any ideas about what the 17th and 19th spell were, I'd love for you to leave a comment below. Please hit the like button and subscribe if you found this useful. See you next time.